Number 2 is Andrew Wilson. Number 3, Gary Haggerty. Number 4 is Phil Eden. Number 5 is Andrew Fletcher. At number 6 is Tony Zeller. Number 7 is Mark Conway. Number 8 is John Thompson. Number 9 is Billy Conway. Number 10, John Clancy. Number 11 is Tracy Lazenby. Number 12, Ian Douglas. And 13, Nigel Bell. The substitutes are number 14, Andy Sygrove, and number 15, Steve Norton. And over to the Widnes team. The clubhouse down to the scoreboard, and it will be Wakefield to kick off the match. So Mark Conway will kick off from left to right for Wakefield with a deep kick towards the Widnes goal line, taken by Tony Myler. Phil McKenzie acting halfback. And Derek Pike was the receiver there. Emerson Caloto. A good break by Caloto early on. Strong running. Well taken by the standoff. And knocked forward, adjudged by the referee, and a scrum down on the halfway line. It will be Mark Conway to put in for Wakefield. Wakefield get the ball, move it out across the line to the left. Lulai joins the line. Wakefield with the ball. Wakefield moving across the field. Met there by 3 Widnes forwards. Wakefield still moving across to the right. Men here available. Well met by Tony Myler, a good tackle on his opposite number. Wakefield still moving the ball. And kick deflected, and Alan Tate takes the kick. Making a return run, met by 3 Wakefield players. Phil McKenzie is acting halfback. Mike O'Neill with the first receiver in, but well met by the Wakefield forwards, but a good drive by O'Neill. Phil McKenzie, Derek Pike, nice ball from Pike, Richard Ayres, but a good tackle from the Wakefield loose forward. Going blindside, nice move by Phil McKenzie. The ball still, and Brian McKebby picks up the loose ball. Plays it, Widnes attempting to move the ball across the field. Good play, David Hume. Good short ball, and there goes Mike O'Neill. A great break by Mike O'Neill. He's got men Tony Myler on his left, and a great run. And a fine try by Tony Myler. A great orthodox move by Widnes, and a fine try. To close the back gap on Castleford at the top of Division 1. Fine move there, typical of the tries that Widnes have got throughout this season. Andy Courier with the conversion attempt. To him now a formality, and Widnes cruise into an early 6. So it'll be Mark Conway to kick off for Wakefield again. Another long high kick, taken by Tony Myler again. Paul Hume this time, taken by the number 12 for Wakefield. Emerson Coloto. Strong new recruit to this Widnes squad. Mike O'Neill again. His testimonial year with the club at the moment and playing possibly the best rugby of his career. This is Alan Tate. Long kick down the field. And an excellent kick by Alan Tate there, gaining 40 to 50 metres for Widnes. It's a scrum down. 20 metres inside the Wakefield half and 10 metres from the try line. Wakefield heel the ball, and the standoff met by two Widnes forwards. Drop ball there. Bit of confusion, and Andy Courier picks up the loose ball, making a good run, looking for Kebby. Kebby clear with a chance on the right, but taken by the Wakefield cover. Widnes eager to move this ball in the early parts of the game. Derek Pike. This is David Hume. Primer Kebby. Widnes again with a chance to move the ball. Tony Myler with a short pass to Richard Hurst, who does very well, keeps going. It's Mike O'Neill moving it to Tony Myler. The short pass. Short ball from Mackenzie. Derek Pike taken under the post. A good position for Widnes here on the last tackle. Quite a few options open here to Widnes. The drop goal being one of them, but that attempt from Alan Tate goes wide of the post. So it's a 25-yard tap to Wakefield, who attempt to pull themselves up the field. Strong run from the Wakefield number 8, John Thompson. Wakefield again trying to move it from their own line, but met by Widnes forwards. Wakefield finding it very difficult to make any leeway in this early part of the game. In fact, a good tackle there from Coloto, and Widnes drop on the loose ball. So again, this puts pressure onto Wakefield early in the game. This is Paul Hume, who gets the ball out to his brother David. Tony Myler, the short pass to Mike O'Neill. David Hume at halfback takes it on the blind side. Coloto with a good return pass. David Hume taken on the 25-yard line. Andy Courier to Mike O'Neill, who drives towards the post, attempting to set up some sort of position for Widnes to move from. Mackenzie drives for the post again. Widnes saw a superb run by Alan Tate into the line, and a terrific try. Alan Tate coming into the line there, taking the short ball and cruising over the try line. The speed has been a big feature of Widnes play this season, and it showed up there in that fine try. Andy Curry again, maybe 15 yards to the left of the post, 20 yards out, conversion attempt, and kicks a fine goal. It's gone. Widnes now lead by 12 points to 0. Wakefield again with a long kick, taken again by Tony Myler, with a nice little kick over the cover, and takes the return on the full. Superb play by Tony Myler, and a tremendous pass. Unlucky there, just failed to reach David Hume with that long pass. But a bit of respite for Wakefield, who now start to move the ball to the right. Coming up to the halfway line, a good run by the number 10 for Wakefield, who makes the halfway line. Switching play, Wakefield. James Lulai enters the play, but is met by Tony Myler. Wakefield again, going blind. Tony Myler making some good successive tackles. An attempted kick through, the ball goes loose, and Widnes retrieve it through. So a chance for Widnes again. Moving the ball to the left. Richard Ayres, a short ball again, Tate coming into the line, but met this time by the Wakefield second row. Derek Pike coming round, but met again by some good strong tackling from Wakefield here. Phil McKenzie at halfback comes with the short ball. A bit of a misunderstanding there between the Widnes players, and Tracy Lazenby picks up the loose ball. Wakefield driving now, trying to make some ground towards the Widnes post. Switch of play. A good run, but the Widnes forwards equal to that. Wakefield moving the ball across now, from right to left. But again, this Widnes tackling by Caloto well equal to that. Wakefield trying to move the ball to the left. This is the last tackle for Wakefield. Now they'll have to move the ball. Attempted up and under. Not quite as far as he'd hoped, I think. But a little bit of fortune there for Wakefield. They get 6 tackles back as a Widnes player failed to catch the ball. Wakefield again then now. A long pass. Doesn't go to hand well indeed. Picks up by the right winger. Tries to make some ground. Wakefield now 20 yards from the Widnes post. Driving in at the post. A good move by Wakefield. Now move within 10 yards of the Widnes post. Moving out to the left. Missing a man out. Wakefield lose some ground. And indeed are met back 10 yards further from where that move initially started. Moving out to the right. The scrum half, a nice little kick. But Martin O'Fire takes the loose ball and indeed slips through the cover. Beats 3 men and he's still going. Martin O'Fire, electric pace, and he kicks forward. He's got 4 men to challenge for the ball. The Wakefield number 5 gets back to save the day, but some more excitement from Martin O'Fire when he got the ball, the loose ball in his own 25. The whole of the Wakefield team was between him and the line, and indeed just failed to score with another piece of electric pace. That results in a dropout from between the posts by Wakefield. Tony Myler again, the man who receives the kick, and here's Brimey Kebby driving the ball into the centre of the field. Widnes then, 28 yards from the post. Move it to the left. Derek Pike, first receiver, met by the Wakefield forwards. Paul Hume with a run. Chance for Widnes to move the ball to the right. Mackenzie to David Hume. Switching the play to Mike O'Neill. Good play. Darren Wright races through the gap. Martin on fire. Scores. Andy Curry then with the most difficult of his conversion attempts to date. 8 yards in from the touchline on the 25-yard line. Just drifting wide of the left-hand post. So with 17 minutes gone, scoreline, Widnes 16, Wakefield Trinity 0, and Wakefield with a lot to do already. Mark Conway with a kick to the corner again. This is Paul Hume returning the ball. Mike O'Neill. Derek Pike. A great pass from Derek Pike, opening up the play for Phil Mackenzie, who came for the return ball. Derek Pike again. Tony Myler coming into the line. Switches play back inside to David Hume. He's got Andy Curry on the outside. Curry is right there. Kebby's with him on the outside. A fine pass. And Brimey Kebby with another excellent try. A very popular. So already Andy Currier has another attempt at a conversion. A similar kick to the last one, apart from the fact that it's on the opposite side of the field. The angle being much the same, and the distance. We'll see if he has better luck from this side of the field. This time carrying the ball across the face of the goals. So with 18 minutes gone, the scoreboard shows that Widnes are 20, Wakefield Trinity 0. Mark Conway already a busy man at kicking off for Wakefield. Emerson Coloto driving in and offloading the ball. Mike O'Neill. Derek Pike, tremendous play by three Widnes forwards there. They're backing up excellence. Coloto from acting halfback switches it inside. The ball goes to ground, and Wakefield retrieve the ball. On the blind side, Wakefield crossing the halfway line. Driving in again with the first receiver. Wakefield attempting to move the ball, but they switch it back inside. Well met again by two Widnes forwards. A nice bit of play by the Wakefield hooker, who saw Coloso and then moved to the opposite side. Conway again. Attempting to find touch, but some fine play by Kebby. Keeping that ball in with some fine skill. Widnes on their own 25. Alan Tate joining the line. Coloso switches it back to Mike O'Neill. As everybody knows this season, Widnes can be just as dangerous from this position, near to their own line. Back to Alan Tate with a kick down the field. Puts in a long kick, James Lulai, but it goes out to the left winger Andy Fletcher, who's well met by Brimey Kebby. Having a fine start to the game, Kebby. James Lulai, popular player throughout the rugby league. A fine spell with Hull. Wakefield now drive up to the halfway line. Conway again with a kick, trying to gain ground, but Alan Tate gets across with the whole of the Wakefield team in front of him and is met by two Wakefield players. Brian McKebby at halfback takes the ball on his own and allows Widnes to organise themselves. Richard Ayres. David Hume switches the play. Mike O'Neill. Last tackle for Widnes. Phil McKenzie switching the play. Kebby clear on the right. Moves inside his opposite number, but a good tackle by Andy Fletcher. The turnover, and Wakefield move the ball quickly into centre field. James Lulai joins the line. Wakefield moving the ball to the right, but again met by the Widnes cover. Lulai again in the line, throws a long ball to Fletcher, steps inside. And the referee pulling Andy Curry up there for a seemingly high tackle, which results in a penalty to Wakefield. The crowd on the stand side not too happy with that decision. Tracy Lazenby gains some yards to Wakefield with the free kick, and it'll be a tap to Wakefield on the 25, using the forwards to drive in towards a position in front of the Widnes post. Conway again, moves it back to Bell. Ten yards from the Widnes line on the left hand side of the field. Wakefield driving in again with the props. And again, persisting with this tactic, now lying 5 yards from the Widnes line. Moving the ball to the right, Conway moves it along. Men available here for Wakefield, but the Widnes cover strong enough to get there. A loose ball, and Phil McKenzie picks the loose ball from the air. Richard Ayres now coming in with a strong run down the middle of the field. Richard Ayres in fine form at the moment for Widnes. Derek Pike, a long pass to Andy Courier. Gets into his stride, but a good tackle from his opposite number. Widnes with a chance to move the ball. Derek Pike switches it back inside to Paul Hume. Terrific play. His brother David's inside, and David Hume with 40 yards to run to the post for another great Widnes touchdown. And the Hume brothers, Paul and David, combining as they have done on many occasions for Widnes, and between them ran half the length of the field for a fine try. Andy Courier again in front of the post with his 5th conversion attempt. And Julie converts his 3rd one. "26 minutes gone then of the first half, and the scoreboard reads Widnes 24, Wakefield 0. Mark Conway then kicking off again for Wakefield. And again kicks it in deep into the Widnes half, where Barimi Kebi takes the ball on the full, kicks over the cover, attempts to meet the ball, but Andrew Fletcher coming inside does very well. But a fine attempt from Kebi there to try and beat the cover. Wakefield again using their props to try and prise open a gap down the middle of the field against Widnes, but the Widnes forwards, up to now anyway, have them well closed down. Conway again to move the ball out to the right. Nigel Bell, the Wakefield loose forward. Switch again to the left. Little kick for the line. Oh, mistake there by Fire. Well, some confusion in the Widnes defence. The ball goes loose. And in the end, the referee decides on a scrum down. Wakefield with the ball, 5 metres from the Widnes line. Moving the ball across through the middle. The centre goes for the post, and it's a try for Wakefield. Phil Eden spotted the gap and raced for the post. And Wakefield. And it'll be Mark Conway, the scrum half for Wakefield, with the conversion attempt in front of the post. And 2 points to Wakefield. And seems to be the most prominent player for his club this evening up to now. So with 28 minutes gone, it's Widnes 26, Wakefield Trinity 6. And for a change, it's Andy Courier who'll be kicking off deep into the Wakefield half of the field. On the Wakefield 25. Driving in again. Met by Derek Pike and Paul Hume. Wakefield moving out to the right. Tony Myler and Richard Ayres covering players. Lazenby, an attempted kick up the field, retrieved 10 yards in his own half by Alan Tate, who beats the first two players and makes it up to the halfway line. Phil McKenzie at halfback switches it inside to Andy Courier, who puts it into Emma Sokoloto, but a fine tackle by the Wakefield number 8. Andy Courier, Derek Pike looking to switch the ball, and Darren Wright coming through, but some good tackling from Wakefield. David Hume moves the ball across to the right. Coloto pushes two men off, looks for the support, and just one or two players too many there on that occasion for Widnes, perhaps getting in each other's way. Anyway, Wakefield have the ball. Wakefield forward sticking at the task very well, even though they at the moment obviously look as up against a more superior pack. Moving it to the right now. A kick through, but Darren Wright drops on the ball on the halfway line. Phil McKenzie then for Widnes to move the ball across. David Hume to Richard Ayres to Coloto. And the ball goes to ground. Some of the crowd perhaps thinking it wasn't a knock on, but Mr. Steele adamant that it was, and it's a scrum down 10 yards inside the Widnes half in the centre of the field. With Mark Conway to put the ball in for Wakefield. Wakefield get the ball. Some switch play by Wakefield, resulting in the end with Lulai coming into the line. And the crowd not very happy with that. He appears the referee to have missed a blatant knock on. And the crowd not very happy at all with that decision. Anyway, Wakefield still have the ball. Lazenby driving in. Mike O'Neill picks up the loose ball. Now it's Widnes' turn to play the ball. McKenzie. Mike O'Neill is halfback. Moves the ball to the right. David Hume. Richard Ayres comes into the line, but he's met quite comfortably by two Wakefield players. Phil McKenzie switches the play. Derek Pike. Some nice work. Alan Tate coming into the line again. And some good backing up David Hume. Some good play by Widnes. Typical support play by the Widnes team. Now starting to move it to the right. Derek Pike again. Tony Myler. Oh, nice reverse pass from Tony Myler to Andy Courier, who skips round his opposite number, looks inside. David Hume unlucky. Some tremendous support play again by Widnes. But the ball just being knocked forward with the final pass. Conway to put it in for Wakefield. Tony Myler meets his opposite number. Good strong run from the Wakefield number 4. Wakefield switching play from left to right in an attempt to break down this Widnes defence, but at the moment not having a lot of luck. James Lulai with a kick downfield and retrieved by Brian McKebby. He returns the ball to 10 yards from the halfway line. Phil McKenzie. Andy Courier at halfback. Derek Pike. Mike O'Neill at half-back. Moves it to David Hume. Coloto. David Hume on the loop. Good play. Good play by Widnes. Alan Tate in the line again. Screams past the scrum half. Looks for Andy Courier. 40 yards to the post again. And an excellent try again from Widnes. Alan Tate again showing the value of having a very, very quick full-back. So with 5 minutes or so to go to half-time, Widnes put their 6th try on the scoreboard. Andy Courier from the right-hand side of the field, about 24 yards from the Wakefield line and about 10 yards in from the touchline with this attempt at goal. Goes very high, but wide of the post. Wakefield have made wholesale changes to the programme that was printed, and perhaps this may be showing in the play. Long kick from Conway again. Taken on the full by Alan Tate. Kebby is in support. Good pass inside. Oh! Wakefield standoff just coming back. And to his surprise, more than anybody else, finds the ball in his hands. Wakefield hooker makes it to the Widnes 25. Playing the ball, Wakefield with a chance to move the ball to the left. Conway again. Lazenby in the line. Steps inside with a fine run, the second rower. Going for the line. And indeed scores a fine try. A fine try for Wakefield there. Well, don't agree with the referee or the linesman, but no matter. The score sheet will say that Lazenby scored a try in the corner. And it'll be the Wakefield scrum half, Mark Conway, with a conversion attempt over on the left-hand side of the field, with some distance to kick this. Left-footed, comes up to the wall, goes towards the post, and indeed an excellent conversion. So with a minute or two to half-time, although it seems that it's been all Widnes with 6 tries, Wakefield nonetheless have 12 points to their credit, and the score is Widnes 30, Wakefield Trinity 12. Andy Courier then to kick off for Widnes. Long kick, taken by Fletcher right on his own line. Brings the ball back up into the centre. The referee's whistle goes. Steele having a word with Emerson Coloto. Feeling perhaps that the tackle was perhaps a bit high. Free kick to Wakefield. Tracy Lazenby, the number 11. Finds touch, almost on halfway. So it's Wakefield. Driving in again, but met by the Widnes forwards. Good tackle. Bringing the ball round. Oh, Wakefield stepped the pace up slightly here. Indeed. Maybe that try may give them some heart. Paul Hume wrestling the hooker down. 5 or 6 yards into the Widnes half. Wakefield again, Lazenby with the ball. Trying to find touch down towards the Widnes line. But Alan Tate receives quite comfortably. Returning the ball now. Beats one man and two and opens the play up. Darren Wright. But a good tackle by his opposite number. Phil McKenzie. Emma Socoloto drives in. And he's held right on the Widnes 25-yard line. Phil McKenzie. Richard Ayres coming onto the ball. Breaks the tackle and makes a good run and looks for support inside, which he gets from Mike O'Neill. And good play, McKenzie again. Good play by Widnes. Excellent, the ball still going. And Martin Afire, in the end, is held with some good Widnes play there. Support excellent from the forwards. And indeed, a free kick for Widnes. Billy Conway illegally holding Martin Afire. Kick taken by Alan Tate. Makes good ground. And it'll be a tap for Widnes. 30 yards out. Moving the ball to the right. Coloto. So the hooter goes for half time. As I said, an entertaining first half with 8 tries, and obviously the promise, I would think, of quite a few more. The second half, Widnes will be playing from left to right, and we'll start the second half through Andy Courier. Mr. Steele blows his whistle and Courier kicks the ball long into the Wakefield half of the field. Met by 2 Widnes forwards. And indeed, Wakefield have made one substitution. Steve Norton, the ex-Hull and Great Britain loose forward, comes onto the field with 15 on his jersey. Receiving the ball now. Wakefield moving the ball. Oh, good play by Wakefield. Courier attempting to intercept that. And Eden picks up the loose ball for Wakefield. Steve Norton again. The kick down the field, attempting to find touch. But the ball just staying in. And Alan Tate gets the ball. Kebby's on the inside of him. But a good tackle from Conway. 30 yards from the Widnes line. Emma Socoloto. Looking round for support. And on that occasion, there was none there. Mike O'Neill. Tony Myler with the short ball. David Hume. Met by 2 Wakefield players. Tony Myler to Richard Ayres. Looks inside. The ball goes to ground. And it's a knock on. There'll be a scrum down 12 yards inside the Widnes half of the field, maybe 15 to 20 yards in from the touchline. Referee having a word with the Wakefield front row. Conway puts the ball in. Wakefield get the ball out. Coloso comes out. Tony Myler takes James Lulai. Steve Norton, acting halfback. Conway out to Fletcher. Martin Afire with a good tackle, and indeed taking Fletcher into touch. David Hume with the push in for Widnes. The scrum collapses and Mr. Steele tells the players to scrum down again. Widnes get the ball. And a free kick. Alan Tate with a kick for touch. Gaining 10 to 15 yards. Martin Afire gets the ball, gives it to Mackenzie, who taps the ball. Now Widnes, David Hume moving it to the right. Coloto. Good run, but a good tackle by the Wakefield number 8. Widnes now perhaps stepping up the pace now. Richard switches the ball to Mike O'Neill, who then puts it to Tony Myler through a glorious run down the centre of the field. Andy Courier inside, races for the post. And a fine try again. Started virtually from nothing in the centre of the field. A fine pass to Tony Myler. Andy Courier with his 7th conversion attempt. He's kicked 3 already. And there's number 4. So with about 6 minutes gone in the second half, scoreline is Widnes 36, Wakefield Trinity 12. Mark Conway again. We'll start the play with the kick-off for Wakefield. Martin Afire this time. Brings the ball infield. And is met by the number 10 for Wakefield. Richard Ayres. On the 25-yard line. Tony Myler looking for men inside. Still gets the ball away to Mackenzie. Derek Pike with a nice switch. Coloto at halfback. Back to Alan Tate, who kicks the ball down the field. Lulai misjudging that one, but recovers well. Darren Wright quickly up there with a fine tackle. This is Wilson trying to make some ground. Steve Norton at halfback. Wakefield persisting with this driving tactic, but I'm afraid not getting very far in this half. Conway kicks downfield, but kicks into touch on the full. And being as that was a sixth tackle, Widnes will tap the ball. Mike O'Neill met by Norton. Mackenzie Coloto came on the short ball, and it took 3 forwards to take him to ground. Switching play from Richard Ayres. Still going. Trying to release that ball to Paul Hume in support. Now a chance for Widnes to go either way. Moving it to the left, Derek Pike. Mike O'Neill taking the return pass terrifically. Tony Myler's on the inside. A fine pass to Tony Myler. Oh, but the referee decides that the final pass from Mike O'Neill was forward. And that would have been another fine try by Widnes. As it is, we have a scrum down. 7 or 8 yards from the Wakefield line. 10 or 15 yards in from the touch line. Conway to put the ball in. And Wakefield have the ball, even though some of the spectators on the far side don't agree with that. Steve Norton at half-back. Wilson coming in from the wing. Wakefield moving the ball. Tight tackling in the middle of the field by Widnes isn't allowing Wakefield to get very far at all. Emerson Coloso with a bit of wrestling there to get the Wakefield number 10 to ground. Lulai in the line. Good move. Andy Fletcher steps inside, beats a couple of men. But in the end, is finally tackled by Derek Pike. Steve Norton then, trying to get Wakefield moving. Kicks the ball down the field. But Alan Tate takes it on the full, reading the game very well. Steps down the first player. Steps between 2, looking for a fire. The referee says play on. Phil McKenzie comes inside. Still going, looking for support. The ball goes loose. And Tony Zeller picks up the loose ball. Conway, the Wakefield hooker, rolls the ball back. John Clancy, the Wakefield number 10, who's had a very good game tonight. Norton himself, trying the inside pass. Widnes pick up the loose ball. Darren Wright. Martin Afire moves it to David Hume, to Derek Pike. A chance for Widnes to move the ball across the field. Tony Myler with the pass to Andy Courier. He has Kebby on the outside. Kebby clear, 30 yards to the line. Taking the fullback on, switches inside, David Hume. Still going. Some good cover from Wakefield, but another good move from Widnes. A chance to move the ball across. Paul Hume to Mike O'Neill. Tony Myler. Coloto. Good play. Martin Afire. Clear. But the referee disallows what looked like a try for a double movement by Martin Afire. Widnes appears to have men queuing up there, and just on the line, a double movement by Martin Afire, preventing the try. So it's Conway to clear his line with a safe touch-finding kick for Wakefield. It's Billy Conway, the hooker. Clancy, number 10, driving in. And Thompson, the number 8. The 2 prop forwards for Wakefield Trinity have tried very hard this evening, and the work rate's been really good. Steve Norton with some fine play, puts the ball inside. But a knock on by Gary Haggerty. With some good old vintage play there from Steve Norton, who beat 1 or 2 players and looked inside for the support, but the ball just went to ground. David Hume puts the ball in. Comes out. Tony Myler. A kick through from Tony Myler. Andy Courier and Alan Tate racing for the ball. One of them should get to the line. Courier kicks over the line and Alan Tate touches down. Wow. Mr. Steele has incensed the crowd. The judging, the witness player was offside and the crowd not liking that decision one little bit. The result is a free kick to Wakefield. But that looked like a perfectly good, engineered and taken try by witness. Anyway, Conway with the tap penalty for Wakefield. The ball goes loose. And what appeared to be a knock on, the referee allows to be played on. John Clancy, the Wakefield number 10. Well, one or two decisions here by Mr. Steele. Not very popular at all with the crowd tonight. Paul Hume picks up a loose ball, finds Phil McKenzie to Richard Hurst. Good play by Widnes. Widnes with a chance then to work the ball from between the posts. Derek Pike still gets rid of the ball. Tony Myler tidying up at the back. Plays the ball, Paul Hume. Well, Mr. Steele has certainly upset this crowd in the last 2 or 3 minutes with one or two very dubious decisions. Tony Myler looking for the support, cuts through the defence. Alan Tate moving smoothly onto that ball, and a nice pass to Coloto. Fullbacks a beat, and a try for Widnes. Well, despite one or two dubious decisions, finishing with a very popular try indeed by Emerson Coloto. With about 23 minutes left of the second half, Andy Courier with the conversion attempt. And in fact, it's the right upright. To bring the score line with about 23 minutes left of the second half to Widnes 40, Wakefield Trinity 12. Lazenby with a different tactic, a switch kick, and indeed a very successful one, catching Widnes a little bit asleep. And trying to attract the referee's attention, a substitution being made by Wakefield. Number 6, Tony Zeller, is about to be replaced. By number 14, Andy Sygrove. Widnes, Tony Myler with the ball. A long pass from Myler. Courier races round his opposite number. Throws a long pass to Martin Afire, who steps inside 2 men, 3 men, and indeed a fine pass. Alan Tate trying to open up the play for Widnes. McKenzie to Derek Pike. Pike having a fine game this evening, distributing the ball very, very well. Tony Myler. Ball goes loose, and indeed a chance here now for Andy Sygrove, who was originally in the programme at full-back, now playing there but as a substitute. John Thompson, Wakefield number 8. Billy Conway. The short ball to Steve Norton. James Lulai. But Darren Wright, safer tackler in the first division as anybody. Mark Conway. Lulai. John Clancy for Wakefield, bringing Wakefield up towards the halfway line. Lazenby. Taken on the full by Alan Tate. Kebby's in support on his outside if he needs him. Alan Tate racing through, finds Kebby. But a good tackle by the substitute, Andy Sygrove. Well, David Hume attempting to get Widnes going there. The ball just slipped from his hands. Wakefield with the ball. Steve Norton. Mark Conway to James Lulai. To Hegarty. Switches it inside. The ball going to ground and Mike O'Neill tidying up there for Widnes. Now a chance for Widnes to move the ball across the field. Richard Ayres. David Hume. Tony Myler in the line. Will he get it? Courier away. He does so. Kebby's on the outside. A chance for Kebby to go for the line. Switches it back inside. Good orthodox play by Widnes, moving the ball along the line. But also a good cover tackle from Andy Sygrove on Brian McKebby. A substitution for Widnes. And Tony Myler leaving the field. Tony doing as much damage to the Wakefield team as anybody. Going off to a warm reception on the stand side. To be replaced by Barry Dowd. Widnes have the ball anyway. Coloto. 3 men to wrestle him to the floor. Phil McKenzie now then at halfback with a chance to move the ball along the line. McKenzie holds the ball himself. Andy Courier going on his own. "25 yards out Widnes. Derek Pike looks for men inside. The support's not there. It is now Coloto with a long pass. Finding Alan Tate. Tate rounds one man. Going himself for the line. Tries to get a fire away. The ball runs loose. Well, the supporters on the far side not happy with Mr. Steele's opinion of that knock on. Nonetheless, it'll be a scrum down 10 yards from the Wakefield line. Wakefield's to put in. Mr. Steele gives Wakefield Trinity a free kick. 4 foot up against a Widnes player. So it'll be Tracy Lazenby to attempt to find touch on the stand side. Actually placing the ball. And indeed finds touch 5 or 6 yards from the halfway line. Billy Conway, the hooker. Tap penalty. Thompson. Wrestled to the ground by Derek Pike. Conway to Norton. Conway. Men over on this side. Lazenby, inside pass. Paul Hume there with some good cover tackling for Widnes. Mark Conway. Steve Norton, first receiver again. Bring the ball back inside. Wakefield finding it very difficult to find any headway down the middle of the field. Clancy. Mark Conway with a kick for touch, but Martin O'Fire takes the ball with ease. Gliding through the defence, he's away! O'Fire, 50 yards to go to the line! Stepping inside the cover! A marvellous run by Martin O'Fire, and then offloads the ball to Barry Dowd. Excellent play by Martin O'Fire. Widnes, 2 yards from the line. David Hume. held up by the Wakefield forwards. Widnes with a chance to move it left. Mike O'Neill. Mackenzie. Oh, he's given the ball to Mark Conway. He's got 60 yards to go. Mike O'Neill chasing him. And here comes Darren Wright, chasing Mark Conway with a marvellous tackle. And also, Mike O'Neill was back there as well. And a forward pass at the end of that. Well, Mark Conway took an interception with 75 yards between him and a try. Maybe because of all the stern work that he has put in for Wakefield tonight, his legs wouldn't carry him to the try line. And slowly but surely, Darren Wright and Mike O'Neill pegged him back. Great tackle from Darren Wright. Widnes then. Barry Dowd. Oh, superb play, Alan Tate in the line. A chance to go. 60 yards, 40 yards. Round Lazenby. What a run by Alan Tate. Lazenby coming on the cover. And an equally spectacular cover tackle from Tracy Lazenby. At one end of the field 1 minute ago, Mark Conway was taken out after a 60-yard run. And now Alan Tate taken out by the Wakefield second row. A marvellous tackle after a marvellous run by Alan Tate. And indeed, Tracy Lazenby appears to have injured himself in making that fine cover tackle. But play goes on and a scrum down on the Wakefield 10-yard line. Mr. Steele telling the players to move in from the touchline. And a free kick to Widnes. Obviously the Wakefield pack not carrying out Mr. Steele's instructions. And it's Phil Mackenzie with the tap. Emerson Caloto. Maybe trying to catch Wakefield while they're still trying to organise the defence. Good position here for Widnes to move the ball either way. David Hume. Paul Hume. Short ball to Barry Dowd. Knocked forward and the advantage played to Wakefield. Where Ian Douglas makes good ground for Wakefield. John Thompson. Mr. Steele judging that the Widnes forwards took the ball unfairly from John Thompson and award Wakefield a free kick. ...15 yards into their own half in the centre of the field. It'll be Mark Conway with an attempt to find touch. Even though it was no great distance, it was safely in touch and it'll be a tap to Wakefield. Billy Conway to Clancy. 8 or 9 yards into the Widnes half. Thompson, another good run. The two props have played well enough for Wakefield tonight. Steve Norton moving the ball to the left. Wakefield with men available. But in the end, a wild pass from Phil Eden over the head of Andy Fletcher, resulting in a scrum down right on the halfway line, 10 yards in from touch. It's going to be David Hume to put in. Barry Dowd playing a standoff. Switches it inside to Darren Wright. But a good tackle from Andy Sygrove, who'd moved up. David Hume, Widnes again, stepping up the pace. Richard Ears, good run by Richard Ears. But the ball goes to ground. And indeed, a double knock on. Gary Haggerty had a chance there to pick up the loose ball, but knocked on himself, resulting in another scrummage. Conway to put the ball in for Wakefield. Again, the crowd not too happy. Phil Eden. Steve Norton, first receiver, puts it back into Haggerty. Mike O'Neill and Richard Ayres bring him down 1 yard inside the Wakefield half. John Thompson. Steve Norton switching the play back to Conway. To Eden. Making a good run, but a good tackle from Derek Pike. Norton again. Good play by Wakefield. Eden to Norton again. Conway. Long ball. A kick through and Kebby takes it comfortably. Now Fletcher to beat. And Fletcher and James Lulai combine to bring him to ground. Andy Courier going up the blind side. Attempting to take Fletcher on. A good tackle by the ex-Leeds man Andy Fletcher. Paul Hume. Strong run from Paul Hume. But met by a combined efforts of Steve Norton and Ian Douglas. Derek Pike coming short with that ball. Moving it back inside. Alan Tate again in the line. Darren Wright. Dummying to kick. And doing very well. Passing to Brian McKebby. It's all a bit tight here. And the crowd feel that Steve Norton was perhaps a bit high with that tackle on Brian McKebby. But Mr. Steele says nothing, and play carries on. Mike O'Neill. Barry Dowd. The ball goes to ground. And Emma Socoloto drops on it. But it's the turnover, and Wakefield play the ball. With a chance to move it to the left. Conway again. Who drops the ball as well? Well, the ball all over the show at the moment. Somebody should settle down with it. Ian Douglas trying to straighten the play up. Andy Fletcher at halfback. Finds John Thompson. Billy Conway the hooker. Steve Norton back inside to Clancy. But Mike O'Neill and Phil McKenzie taking him down. Lulai switches it back inside. But a knock on there by Andrew Wilson. Well, maybe 8 or 9 minutes left in this match. And we haven't had quite the same scoring spree as the first half produced. But nonetheless, Widnes have 40 points and Wakefield have 12. Derek Pike. John Thompson with a good tackle for Wakefield. Barry Dowd moving it now to Hume. Steps inside very well. Still going. A long pass to a fire. Well, Mr. Steele that time says it was a knock on. And most of the stand side thought that Martin O'Fire was facing his own line when he dropped the ball. An injury at the moment to Phil Eden, but he's okay and joins the line with a scrum down 5 or 6 yards into the Wakefield half. But there is no scrum because it's a free kick to Wakefield. Mr. Steele having a word with David Hume. Mark Conway with the kick for touch. Makes 15-20 yards. Wakefield with a tap. Good run by Clancy, but met again by Mike O'Neill and Coloto. Billy Conway. Wakefield have made good yardage there with 2 tackles. Norton switches the play. Tries to go himself. The ball to ground. Well, it did look as if Martin Offiah was impeded as he went for that loose ball, but Mr. Steele is having none of it. Emerson Coloto knocking 3 men out of the way and looking for support. Good run by Coloto. A free kick to Widnes. Mr. Steele saying that Billy Conway was holding down David Hume and not allowing him to play the ball. And Alan Tate dispatches the ball to touch. 15 yards into the Wakefield half. And it's a tap by Phil McKenzie. Derek Pike. A good run from Derek Pike. He's had a good game tonight. In the absence of Kurt Sorensen, has took on the distributor's role and done it very well. Richard Ayres coming on the blind side. Still going with 3 Wakefield forwards, attempting to keep him down. Phil McKenzie goes the blind side. Andy Courier, trying to catch Wakefield napping there. Phil McKenzie going up the blind side, but the pass just behind Andy Courier. The ball going into touch, so it's a scrum down. 7 or 8 yards from the Wakefield line. It'll be Mark Conway to put the ball in. Mr. Steele tells the forwards to get up again. Wasn't happy with the scrum. Conway puts the ball in, but it comes out to Widnes. David Hume having a look for the ball. And Mr. Steele gives Widnes a free kick for offside for Wakefield. Widnes play it quickly. Barry Dowd, good player, chance here. Darren Wright with the cover. Up well for Wakefield. Darren Wright plays the ball. Andy Courier, David Hume. Good tackle from Ian Douglas. Andy Courier, half-back. Coloto. Met by Norton and Conway. David Hume to his brother Paul. Mike O'Neill. Nice pass from Mike O'Neill. Andy Courier puts it out to Phil McKenzie. He has Kebby on the outside. Well, chance there for Widnes. Kebby not having all the luck this evening in a rare appearance for Widnes. Conway trying to bring the ball away for Wakefield. Richard Ayres and Paul Hume combined to bring him down. James Lulai. Clancy. Thompson. All 4 prop forwards tonight done some sterling work. Ian Douglas. Steve Norton moving the ball along for Wakefield. Andy Sygrove to play the ball. Eden with a kick downfield, and indeed a very good kick. Gets the ball down to halfway with about 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. Be a scrum down 1 or 2 yards into the Wakefield half of the field. Mr. Steele says that it's a free kick to Widnes, and Widnes take it quickly, moving across the field. Darren Wright, pass back to Barry Dowd. He straightens up, but he's tackled. Alan Tate at half-back, switching it the other way. David Hume comes back inside, still roaming around, and finally brought down by 2 or 3 forwards. Phil McKenzie, Derek Pike. Derek Pike straightening up, looking for men. Couldn't just get the pass out to the supporting Paul Hume. Andy Courier, David Hume, Barry Dowd. Chance for Widnes to move it across the field. Andy Courier. The pass inside to David Hume. And Mr. Steele adjudging that David Hume, in his attempt to pass the ball to Richard Ayres, knocked the ball forward. Scrum down in the centre of the field, 30 yards from the Wakefield posts. Mark Conway to put the ball into the scrum when Mr. Steele is satisfied with the scrummage. And a free kick to Widnes, because Mark Conway wasn't putting the ball in the scrum as fast as Mr. Steele would have liked. Moving it to the left. Coloso with a strong run at the end of the game. 4 or 5 men to pull him down. And warm applause on the far side for that effort from Coloso. David Hume to his brother Paul, to David again. Straightens up in support. But a knock on. And a scrummage right on the 25-yard line. Conway puts the ball in a fashion and gets the ball out to Andy Sygrove. James Lulai to Mark Eden. Closing stages of this game now, and Wakefield just trying to move the ball from their own half towards halfway. Men available for Wakefield, a longer pass. Sygrove comes into the line, looks inside for Fletcher. Brought down by Andy Courier. James Lulai and Steve Norton straightening things up for Wakefield. Phil McKenzie with a safe enough tackle. Mark Conway. Eden with a chance of a kick. Hits a Widnes player. And the ball goes into touch on the 10-yard line. And it'll be a scrum down with virtually a minute or so to go. Mark Conway. Wakefield moving the ball along the line. Lulai. Eden. Wilson in the line. Darren Wright takes him out. Lulai kicks over the cover. And there's David Hume sweeping as usually. Kebby, with his opposite number Fletcher, steps inside. Covered by Steve Norton. Chance for Widnes to move the ball right across the Derek Pike. Straightens things up, looks for support. Finds Barry Dowd. But James Lulai possibly had hold of Barry Dowd before he got the ball. David Hume with a kick through. Trying to find ground. The ball hasn't gone to touch. Martin O'Fire chasing the ball. And Andy Sygrove just making sure. Well, there goes the final hooter. Widnes gaining 2 valuable points in their quest to catch Castleford at the top of Division 1. The final scoreline tonight in this real